Alright, so our objective for today, I can solve and graph linear inequalities. Let's read it together. 1, 2, 3. I can solve and graph linear inequalities. Read it again. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. So if you notice, the new concept for today is linear inequalities. We already covered linear equations, systems of linear equations. Now we're getting into a new concept. So, in your FAIR model, you write linear inequalities. What are they? A two-variable inequality that represents a region of the coordinate plane. A two-variable inequality that represents a region of the coordinate plane. What are those? Here they are. Examples: negative 2x plus y less than 1, 4x plus 6 greater than negative 2y, y greater than or equal to 2x plus 1, and y less than or equal to negative 3. Copy those, please. Alright, pens down really quick. Let me go over this, and then I'll have you finish copying. It says, linear inequality, a two-variable inequality that represents a region of the coordinate plane. What's key here? A two-variable inequality. Let's see. Are all these inequalities? Yes, 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 yes. Are all of them two-variable? Yes, 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 and yes. However, some of you are saying, Mr. Q, that last one is not a two-variable. Well, it is if we think about it like this. Plus 0x. Is that a two-variable inequality? Yeah. Okay? So with that said, if those are linear inequalities, let me show you non-examples of linear inequalities. These are not linear inequalities. X plus 5 equals to y equals x squared minus 8, y equals x cubed, x over 4 equals 9. Also copy these. Y greater than or equal to x squared minus 8, y less than x cubed. Copy those, please. Why are these non-examples and these non-examples? So, let's see. How about these? Share with your neighbor why these are non-examples, and then from there, why are these non-examples? Go. So that's true. So these are equations. These are linear inequalities, but they have exponents greater than 1. So therefore, what's so important about linear inequalities, bless you, that they have two variables, no exponents greater than 1 on the variables, and no equal signs. Copy that, please. So once again, linear inequalities, a two-variable inequality that represents a region of the coordinate plane. These are inequalities, they're two variables. These are non-examples because they're equations. The other ones I showed you, they couldn't have exponents greater than 1. Okay? Write these steps down, only 4 steps. Step 1, solve for y. And in parentheses, I want you to write slope, intercept, form. Step 2, graph the inequality like a linear equation. Check a point and shade the solution set. At the end, state the domain and range of the solution set. So copy those, please. So, the basic steps, this should be easy. We've been doing it for the warm-ups, right? Do we know how to solve for y? Yes. In slope intercept form? Yes. Do we know how to graph a linear equation? Yes. You're saying, but we're in inequalities. I know, but it's the same process. The last ones we're going to do together so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Now, to get us started, before we start graphing, I want us first to check a point without graphing. So turn your Cornell notes over, and in the back, copy this down, please. Example 1A, write this down. Tell whether the ordered pair is a solution of the inequality. Tell whether the ordered pair is a solution to the inequality. And the ordered pair that they give us is negative 2, 4, and the inequality is y less than 2x plus 1. Copy that, please. Alright, here we go. So, I'm going to go over this one first. Pens down, eyes up here. And we've done this before with equations. Now, I'm going to show you how to check now with inequalities, which is the same process. Look up, please. Basically, let me zoom in. All we're going to do, once you are given the point, you're going to label the point. This one is x, this one is y. And you're going to substitute these values into the inequality given. So what is x? Negative 2. What is y? 4. And then you bring everything else down. So this is 4 less than, what is 2 times negative 2? That's negative 4 plus 1. So what is negative 4 plus 1? So let's read the inequality. This says 4 is less than 3, negative 3, I'm sorry. Is that true? No, this is false, so you're going to write not part of the solution set. 10Q. Copy that, please. So who noticed that it's the same process that we did with equations? Is that correct? The only difference that you should notice on here is that it says at the end, not part of the solution set. Whereas for equations, there was only one solution. That's where we said, yes, it is the solution, or no, it's not the solution. Remember that? Yes, Mr. Q. All right, good. Do this next one by yourself. Example 1B. Copy this, please. Copy this one. Example 1B. The point is 3, 1, and the inequality y greater than x minus 4. See if you can do that one by yourself. Let me zoom in. Go. Hold on. Here we go. So, let's see. You label this one x, y. You substitute. This is 3, this is 1. Bring everything else down. The greater than, the minus, and the 4. This becomes 1 greater than negative 1. Is 1 greater than negative 1? Yeah, that's true. So then you write, yes, it is part of the what? Solution set. 10Q. Now, some of you are wondering, hold on. Some of you are wondering, what does it mean with a solution set? Well, that's why I want us to get to the graphing part. But for right now, I just want you to understand, remember when we did inequalities, that the number line is divided into 2 sections, solutions and no solutions. Is that correct? The solution section could be any point, therefore it's a solution set. So it can be several solutions, right? This is very similar, okay? Do this next one by yourself, please. Yeah, question.
Okay, on the test, do we have to write true? Like next to it?
You have to write true and then your statement. If it's false, then false in your statement. Question? How do you know what? No, go. Okay. Copy this next one down, please. Example 1C. Example 1C. Point given is 4, 5, and the inequality is y less than x plus 1. Example 1C. Do that one because I want to see how you do with that. All right, check with the neighbors, see what they got. Let's find out. I'm going to substitute for y the 5, for x. I'm going to substitute the 4. Less than plus 1. Guys, here it goes. Is 5 less than 5?
No.
This is false, so then you write not part of solution set.
Mr. Q, that's a cool name.
10Q. Okay? So, with that said, I'm gonna start with those we got this, right? How to check without graphing. So now let's go to the graphing portion. In your big graph, I want you to copy this next example on the top left. Top left. Copy this one, example 2A, on the top left of your big graph paper. It says, graph the solutions of the linear inequality and check your answer. Y less than or equal to 2x minus 3. We've done something very similar with equations. Now we are in what? Inequalities. Okay, copy this, please. Okay, here we go. It says, instructions. Graph the solutions of the linear inequality and check your answer. So now I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to go over this step by step. Pay attention, please, and I'm going to use those steps that I gave you to copy. Step 1 says to solve for y and write it in slope-intercept form. What do you guys notice? It's already solved for y and it's written in slope-intercept form. Are we there so far? Step 2 says graph it like if it was a linear equation. So if it was a linear equation, instead of having an inequality sign here, it would have an equal sign. Is that correct? Do we know how to graph an equation that looks like this? Yeah, so let's do this one together. Circle the negative 3. That's where we start. And we plot that point on the y-axis, which is right there. Okay? Is it coming back already?
Yeah.
Yeah. From there we use the slope. What is my slope? 2. But in fraction form, it's 2 over 1, which means 2 up and 1 to the right. So we go 2 up, 1 to the right, plot your point. Let's do it again. 2 up, 1 to the right, plot your point. Let's do it again. 2 up, 1 to the right, plot your point. Let's do it again. 2 up, 1 to the right, plot your point. Let's do it again. 2 up, 1 to the right, plot your point. Let's do it again. And then, check this out. Before we graph our line, pens down, rulers down, eyes up here. This is what I want you guys to understand. Look up, please. Before we graph our line, I'm going to look at the inequality symbol. Look up. The inequality symbol that this one has is like this. So whenever you have an inequality, look for this sign. If it looks like this or like this, then the line is going to look like this. Watch. I don't mean the direction, I mean that it's going to be a solid line. So some of you are saying, solid line. What does that mean, Mr. Q? What I mean is that not all the equations, not all the lines are going to be solid. Therefore, whenever you have an inequality, look up, that looks like this. What is it missing? The little line, which is the equal sign, right? Therefore, that kind of line or graph, it's going to look like this. Watch. What do you notice? It's not a solid line, it's a dotted line. Now, going back to when we graphed inequalities, remember when if it had the equal sign, it was a solid point. If it didn't have the equal sign, it was an open point. Is that correct? Same thing with this. If it's an equal sign, it's a solid line. If it doesn't have an equal sign, it's an open line. Does everybody see that?
Yeah.
All right, copy that, please. Graph your line. We're still not done. We still need one more thing to do, but I'm going to show you that by myself as soon as you copy that. Go. Copy the graph, please. Go. All right, here we go. Pens down, eyes up here. So this is where I start losing some of you. Pay attention, please. Now, in the past, focus, I asked you to extend your line all the way through the coordinate plane. Is that correct? Because I wanted you guys to get ready for today. This is why. Look up, please. Pens down. The coordinate plane at this point is divided into 2 sections. The first section is right here. Does everybody see it? And the second section is under the blue line, which is all this. Does everybody see that? So how many sections do we have? 2. Since it's inequalities, therefore, one of those sections is going to be the solution set. And the other one is going to be our no solution set. Does that make sense? So one section is solutions, the other one is not. So how do we know which one is the solution? So let me show you. So let me put this away. Good thing that you guys saw it already. Let me show you how to get the solution set. Look up, please, and here it goes. Please do not get distracted or you're going to miss it. The first thing that I need is the y, the inequality symbol, and the y-intercept. Pay attention, please. Here it goes. So I start at -3. And this says y is less than or equal to -3. So here's my y-axis. What numbers are less than or equal to -3? Yeah. -4, -5, -6, 7, all these, right? All the way down here. So what does that mean? That all this section is my solution set. Copy that, please. Copy this and copy and the shading. I'm going to label that in black. I'm going to label that solution set. Good. So here we go. So, focus please. So according to this, look up please. According to this, any point in this section is a solution. So watch. I'm going to pick a point. I'm going to pick 5, 3, which is right here. and I'm going to label it 5, 3. How do I know if that is a solution? Do we know how to check? Yeah, it's what we did earlier, right? So I'm going to write check. I'm going to write my inequality, y less than or equal to 2x minus 3. But now, instead of x, what am I going to write for x? What am I going to write for x? 5. And what am I going to write for y? 3. I bring everything else down. What is 2 times 5? That's 10 minus 3. What is 10 minus 3? 7. Is 3 less than or equal to 7? Yes, that's why that point worked, because it's part of the what? Solution set. Well, what does that mean? That at any of these points, what if I chose this one? Will that be part of the solution set? What if I chose this one? This one? This one? How about the point on the line? Yes, because it's a solid line. But what if I chose this one? No, because over here there's no solutions. Everybody with me? And that's how we graph an inequality. Everybody got it? Let's do another one. Here we go. Copy this one down, please. Yeah, in the back. You have 2 graphs in the back. Or 4. So write this one down. Example 2b. You don't have to write the instructions. Write the inequality 5x plus 2y greater than negative 8. So with that said, what is our first step before anything? Yeah. Solve for y. So I need to leave y by itself. What do I do? Minus 5x minus 5x. We're left with 2y greater than negative 5x minus 8. What's my next step? Divide by 2, divide by 2. Y equals negative 5 over 2. Notice that I leave it in fraction form because it's a slope. X. And what is negative 8 divided by 2? Negative 4. Can we graph that? Oh yeah, my bad. I forgot to write the greater than. There's the greater than, sorry. There you go. I did that to see if you were paying attention. Here we go. Here we go. Start at where? Negative 4, which is right there. And what is my slope? 5 down and 2 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 to the right. Plot your point, do it again. However, look at the inequality symbol. What kind of line will it be?
A dotted line.
A dotted line. It's not a solid line, a dotted line. So therefore our line should look something like this. Make sure you stretch it all the way.
Wait, because it's not equal to or greater than?
Because it's not equal to, right. So now, let's graph the solution set. What do I need? The y, the greater than, and the negative 4. So here's negative 4, and it says, y is greater than negative 4. What numbers are greater than negative 4? Negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1. Look, where are they at? On the top of that line. Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
So the solution set is everything above that red line. And do you know how to check a point? Yes. Solution set. Therefore, home plate for tonight are your 10 problems. 10 problems. There's tutoring today. If I don't see you in tutoring, see you guys tamales. Let me put the 10 problems. I forgot to put them at the beginning. Let's see, home, there they are for the home play. Those are the 10 problems for your home play. Let me scoot up. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to pause it. See you guys. Bye.